Hands Corner, where you ask the questions and answer them live right here on Facebook. Got another great submitted question here on the Facebook group. John says, first spring for me with Service Autopilot. Can anyone point me in the right direction with regards to creating renewal contracts and a welcome back spring letter? Is there a mail merge feature I should use, or is there a template for this somewhere? Thank you, John. Well, great question here. Right here, we're going to dive in and actually show you how to open this up. So the first thing is you may not even be aware of this feature. It is a free feature that's included in the software. You may actually have to get it turned on. So what we're going to be doing here is opening up the screen and actually breaking down how to actually do a springtime renewal as an added bonus. So I'm going to show you how to do a prepaid discount and upsell additional ancillary services that you may not be even offering to these people here. So without any further delay, John, I'm going to go in and show you how to tackle this. So we're going to go in the Service Autopilot here in my test account and break this down. So John asked the question. He's new to SA, first year in the spring. John, first thing you want to do is go under Marketing Sales Campaigns. Now, this right here may not be turned on. If you're not seeing this, you need to go to the chat inside Service Autopilot or call their support team. No additional charge. They will turn this on for you here. This is going to be one way to actually print out these renewal letters. There's some other ways to do it through an automation and email. I can tackle that in another video, but I believe this is kind of what you're asking about, basically a mail merge that you would do in Microsoft Excel with a Word doc or in Google Sheets in a Google Doc. So this is how you would actually tack it based on the question. So we would actually go in and add a campaign here. I've got one that's already built out. So I'm going to kind of walk through this process here. So we're going to go in and create that campaign. So it's about a 5-step process, John, to actually go in and crank this out. So first thing we want to do is go in and create a description. So we've created our fertilization renewal and upsell for lawn mowing. So we're going to be tackling our renewals for fertilization, and anybody who has the fertilization but doesn't have the lawn mowing service, we're going to have the ability to upsell it. The customer type we're going into here, we've got a lot of different options here: client lead, former client, closed lead. So this can be done on the segmentation. So obviously these are clients, but what I'm also going to recommend here as best practice, when you come into Service Autopilot, we want to be able to go in and have some segmentation here. So when we are in here, there's 4 types of people. We've got a client and a lead. So you can see by the little avatar, this is a client and this is a lead. The next person is going to be a closed lead and then a canceled client. So when you're in a actual lead here and we lose the estimate and they don't have any other service, we want to go into the more and close the lead. And then it's going to ask you why. So this is going to be your cancellation reason or your non-buying reason. The other thing you want to do, John, just so you have that clean database, is when we have a client and they cancel their services, we want to go into the More tab now. And you'll notice there's 3 distinct columns. That's the visual clue of a client. We want to go in now and actually cancel that client right there. And now that, John, is going to give you the ability to go in and segment the different mail merges, as you call them, or the upsell campaigns or reactivation campaigns. So not only can we do this for clients, we can do it past clients, lost leads, and the other ones in the database here. So this is where we want to go. And we can exclude our do not market clients and leads. This is going to be a printed out version. So if you have some people that have opted out of your email marketing or text marketing, you can actually legally send them some things in the mail. So that actually might be a great way to continue to create your increased outreach around your marketing database. So first thing is we went into marketing, sales campaigns, and we created and added a campaign. This pops up. We're going to name the description and our customer type. And then we're going to go in and filter to any of these areas here. So this one would probably be account type potentially. So we could do residential or commercial right here. So this would be a commercial upsell here. And we could go in and actually do residential as well. And then we'd go in and hit search. So what that's going to do is pull up all the clients in our database that meet the criteria of commercial or residential. So obviously there's not as many in this test account, but what we would do then is go in and they're active clients as well. And we've excluded our do not market. We're going to go in now. The next job is go into scheduled jobs. And what we're going to do is go in And literally, as they're in here, it's a drag and drop builder. As it comes in, it is actually blank air. So what you've got is all your services on the right, and packages in orange, reoccurring services in the green. So if I just wanted to go in and do the package jobs, because we're going in and renewing the fertilizing, we could go in and do our FERT package here in our test account. And we can also go in and increase the rate by, say, 5% or $5. So that allows you to add a bulk increase on the actual upsell letter itself or renewal letter. So once we have the services here, these are the renewal services. Then on tab number 3, we go in, we're going to actually upsell. So if they have that fertilization service, but do not have lawn overseeding or grub control, and I literally just pulled those over, those would be logical services for a fertilization company. Now, in addition, we'd probably maybe want to go in and upsell the lawn mowing if we have it in this test account here. And that would actually allow us to upsell that service. Now, this test account, we may not have the mowing, but the same idea is we would go in and maybe say we want our cleanup service as well. We could upsell that as well. So that's how we do is drag it in, and you can use the rate matrix default, or if you don't have a rate matrix built for it, you can hit call to quote. So we can go in and say, okay, we're going to use our rate matrix for overseeding and grub control. Our cleanups could be questionable, so that would be call for a quote, and we maybe do that as an hourly rate. But grub control is going to be our default. So that is how we're actually going to go out and build out the rate matrices here for our renewal and then our upsell. And what the system's going to say is, if they don't have if they've got fertilizing but don't have overseeding, grub control, or cleanup, we go in and actually upsell those services. So the next step is we're going to go in. Step number 4, we're actually going to go in and create or grab the document. Now, I'm going to recommend, there's a lot of different formats here. I like E. It's probably the best. We can hit view preview, and it's going to show you the different options. So what we've got is a couple areas here that can be customized and some cannot. So the instructions can be updated here. And right here, we add another area where it says gain a free $30 credit with the prepay all services, or it could be refer a friend that signs up, get a $25 or $50 credit. So that's the idea here, but this is going to list their currently scheduled services, and the recommended service is the upsell. So once we pick a document, this is where we're probably going. So prepay format E is probably the most popular. But in the instructions here, we can add particular customized documentation, the header and the footer. And those were in the previous. So you can kind of see where those are going to go in right here. So header, footer, and there's one other area here, header, footer, footer and description. So those are the areas that would be filling in, and we'd actually be able to tweak those in. And obviously, once you fill that in, you can go in. We can do a prepaid discount as well. So that is one way of doing that. And then we'd go in and actually generate, and we'd set the company return address, client address, whether it's physical or billing, and we could have a printed signature line or not on that document. So once we go in, we would go in and actually generate that. And this is where the discounts actually come out to play. So scheduled job discount. So if we have the fertilizing, that's what we're renewing. That could be our prepaid discount. And then we could reset our upsell discount to say maybe 5%. So that's how we would set that. And we can add and remove tags to say this customer has received or has been printed out the upsell and renewal prepay letter for 2020, whatever that is, 2023, 2024. And then next thing we do is literally go in and hit generate, and that generates basically a PDF that can be printed out on your local machine, stuffed in an envelope, and mailed out. So those are going to be the 5 steps to go out and actually create a renewal, prepay discount, and upsell ancillary services based on the rate matrices in your system, or call to quote that could be quoted in person later. So idea here is we really want to focus on those gateway services that can be sold with the rate matrices so they can sign up And then we sell those additional ancillary services later for speed and creating more reoccurring value on those maintenance clients. So Callahan's question, or Callahan's Corner, you asked the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. We'll be back tomorrow with another pre-submitted question through Facebook or in one of the user groups. So if any questions or comments, drop them below, and I'll be happy to answer them live on Facebook for you. We'll see you again.